All right, first off, we want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Kakwadash. That's all honor and glory to the Most High God through His Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, and of course the Holy Spirit, man. Right, we back at it again with another Shabbat service. Right, this one is entitled "Why Trimmest Thou Thy Ways to Seek Love," man. Right, because a lot of people in Israel, in the community of Israel, they tend to trim their ways to seek love. They tend to trim their ways to seek out ways of the world, not just love, but things from the world, right? And we got to understand that that's not going to get us the kingdom, right? You're not going to be of the elect of the elect, because Israel is the elect, but there's an elect of the elect that's actually going to make it into the kingdom without being reborn into the kingdom. You're not going to make it in as the elect of the elect if you're those people that are continuing to trim your ways, right? To seek love or to seek favor in Babylon, right? So let me get this opening precept, the book of Jeremiah, right? The actual scripture, right? It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 2, right? In verse number 33. And it says, "Why trimmest thou thy ways to seek love? Therefore hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy ways," right? So you got to understand, when you trim your ways to seek love, right? You teaching the damn wicked ones your ways, man. You teaching them, you're not teaching them righteousness. You're not being a light, right? Shalom, King. You're not being a light, right? You being right, you being wicked, and you teaching them to be wicked by not rebuking like you should be doing, man. Instead of doing that, you're doing a complete opposite, and you're trimming your ways because you don't want to offend somebody. You don't want to hurt somebody's feelings, right? Where in the scriptures does it say to worry about somebody's feelings? Where in the scriptures does it say to not do the work of the Lord because you want somebody to like you? Hey, the prophets were hated, man, because they spoke the truth, because they rebuked, man, right? Let me get this one. Right, it's the book of Matthew, right? Chapter 10, classic precept, right? It's the book of Matthew, chapter 10, and verse number 36. No matter of fact, I'm going to start at 32. "Whosoever therefore shall confess me before men, him will I confess also before my Father which is in heaven," right? So you literally got to confess Yahweh Shai before men. And it's not saying before men say, "I believe in Jesus Christ." The Christians say that. That's not confessing him. Confessing him means confessing his works, confessing what he stands for, being diligent in what he stands for, doing the things that he asks you to do, and rebuking if you got to rebuke, man. And not only rebuking, standing firm on his words, man. If you say you believe in Yahweh Shai, then you stand firm on his words, right? Nobody can move you off that square, right? If Yahweh Shai says, "Hey, damn, don't eat pork, man," then hey, it don't matter if your mama or your grandma handing you pork, you're not gonna eat it, right? If Yahweh Shai say, "Damn, not to be unequally yoked with unbelievers," which brothers will get that scriptures later, right? And you damn running around with people in the world. You're not honoring Yahweh Shai. You're not professing him, man. Right? You're not confessing him before men. Right? It says what? "But whosoever shall deny me before men, him will I also deny before before my Father which is in heaven." Right? So if you deny Yahweh Shai before men, you deny his works, you trim your ways before men for love, he's going to deny you before the Father in heaven. So while you're not doing the things you need to do, while you're not saying the things that need to be said, while you're hanging with people you shouldn't be hanging with, right? You're literally denying Yahweh Shai before men. And he's going to deny you before the Father. When you're withholding yourself from Yahweh Shai by keeping your mouth closed, by not rebuking, by conforming to somebody else's ways rather than his ways, you're denying him. You're denying him before men. That's your opportunity to say, "La'ah, I'm standing up for Yahweh Shai. La'ah, I stand for the words of the Lord." And you're not doing so, right? And it says what? "Think not that I have come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword," right? That sword is to do what? Cut. It's to cut, right? So, hey, you're not supposed to be loved by everybody. You're not supposed to be liked by everybody. You're not supposed to hold on to everybody. He's coming to cause that division from the people that truly believe and the people that don't. And you don't truly believe if you're not okay with that division. if you truly believe in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, and he's telling you that he's coming with a sword to cause division, and you're scared of that division, then you don't truly believe in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. And you ain't gonna make it. You're not gonna be the elect of the elect that's gonna see that kingdom, man. That's gonna be delivered out of temptation, man. Right? Says what? For I have come to set a man at a variance against his father, and a daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. So he's why is he setting the variance at him? He's literally setting the variance by what? By his words, by the deeds you're gonna begin to do when you follow Yahweh Shai. May not get along with your mother the same way. You may not get along with your father the same way. You may not get along with your wife the same way. You might not get along with your brother the same way. But if you love Yahweh Hashem Yahushua more than you love them, then guess what? You ain't gonna give a damn. It may hurt, but you're not gonna give a damn. You're still gonna serve him before you serve anybody else, right? And it says what? And a man's foes shall be they of his own household. Why? Because what? You standing up for the Lord, and they still in the world. So the people in your household, they're not going to be with you, man. They're going to be against you. This is prophecy of the Lord. You can't fear the Lord's prophecy or be offended by the Lord's prophecy and say you truly believe in him. Yahweh Shai is telling you this is what's going to happen with the true followers of him, man. Right? It says what? He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. And he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. Right? So if you don't love your father, if you love your father, your mother, your wife, your brother, your sister, your cousin, your friends, anybody more than Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, you're not worthy of him. And if you're trimming your ways to make these people comfortable or to make these people happy or make these people love you, then guess what? You're not worthy of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. So you're not going to see the king. You're not going to see the kingdom. Right? So it says what? Verse 38. And he that taketh not his cross and followeth after me is not worthy of me. He that findeth his life shall lose it, and he that loseth his life for my sake shall find it. Right? A lot of our people, they're still trying to find their life. Right? They're trying to find their life, trying to hold on to their life. Right? And you're gonna lose it if you do it that way, man. But if you lose your life, you let go of that old man, you let go of them old family members, you let go of them old friends, you take up your cross and you follow and profess Yahweh Shai, then guess what? You gain life eternal, man. And that's plain. Let me get one more. So Salakia. Forgot the damn precept. I'm gonna go ahead and pass it. I'm gonna come back to it, man. Damn, it was running through my mind. Go ahead, King.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 18, verse 21. It says what? But if the wicked will turn from all his sins that he hath committed and keep all my statutes and do that which is lawful and right, surely, he shall surely live, he shall not die. Hey, the Lord said that if you keep all of his commandments, right, and do that which is lawful and right, he shall surely live, man, right? So the reason that the reason to touch on the topic, the reason we're not trimming our ways is because we know that we have to do what is lawful and right in the eyes of the Most High to escape that damnation that's coming to Babylon, man. If we damn walking after if we walking after this world, right, we're gonna die with this world, man. Right? That's why the Lord said that he's this walking rightly, right? He shall surely live, right? Because what? Hey, the Lord's not dealing with half stepping Israelites, man. Let me get this in the book of Revelation. Right? Everybody has to understand that, hey, we can't be damn lukewarm in this thing, right? This is the classic precept, Revelation chapter 3 and verse 15. It says, I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. Like you're not cold or you're not hot. You're not all the way in the world, right? But you're not on fire for this truth neither, right? You kind of know you're Israelite. You wear your fringes. Hey, the Lord said, I know thy works. He's talking about the things that you do, man. He knows that you still dibble dabble in the world, but then you kind of show up to camp. He knows that you still watch videos in the world, but then you watch a breakdown for camp, right? He said, I would thou were cold or hot. He said, hey, he would rather you stop faking it, man. Would you either gonna go in the world, right? Or what? Or you gonna be on fire for this truth, man. He don't want you lukewarm thinking that that'll suffice. Like he's gonna kind of take you because you're lukewarm and you're not as cold as the other people. La ah. The Lord is saying he would rather you be hot than or nothing. It's either get down or nothing, right? He said, so then because thou art lukewarm, meaning you playing both sides of the fence. What? He said, in neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth, right? I'm gonna jump up earlier into the chapter, Revelations 3 and verse 2, which says, be watchful and strengthen the things which remain that are ready to die. For I have not found thy works perfect before Yahweh, right? So hey, we have to strengthen those things that we understand are keeping us still attached to this world, man. We have to strengthen those things by the power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah and understand that if we don't strengthen those things, that we're damn lukewarm still in the world, man, right? But the Lord said what? It says in a verse in the book of Ezekiel, chapter 22, right? Uh Verse 23, Salakia, have I any pleasure at all that the wicked should die, saith the Lord, and not that he should return from his ways and live? What is returning from those ways, man? Right? Still being engulfed in the wickedness of this place, man. Right? Still damn dealing with the ways that you were dealing with when you were in the world, man. The Lord said what? That you should be returning from your ways to live. You understand? So you can't kind of return from 70% of your ways and you still keep 30. No, the Lord said return from your ways, man. That means 100%. You have to do a whole 180 in this thing, right? You can't make you can't damn kind of return from some ways and the Lord's gonna allow you to live. No, you have to return from your ways, right? And allow and allow the and let the Lord allow you to live, man. With that, I pass it on.
All right, Con. Uh, I'm gonna go to Matthew 6:24 to go along with what he was talking about not being lukewarm in this thing, because you can't sit up here and double dutch between righteousness and wickedness or whatnot. So Matthew 6:24, no man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. Ye cannot serve God and mammon. And I mean, that one right there is just pretty plain. You don't have to say that. I mean, I don't have to expound on that. And I had another one to tie into what the brother Gabor was bringing out as far as, you got to forsake your father, your mother, your foes are going to be your own household. So Matthew 19 and 29, it says, and every one that have forsaken houses, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for my name's sake, because ultimately, like, we got to forsake America, you know what I'm saying? Or what we know as Babylon the Great, or whatnot. We have to forsake the ways of this land for the Lord's sake. And it says, for my name's sake shall receive an hundredfold and shall inherit everlasting life. So if we forsake all these things, you know what I'm saying? If your household is wicked, your brethren, your sisters, your father, your mother, your wife, your children, or even the damn land that you're dwelling in is wicked, you got to forsake it. And if you do it for the Lord's sake, you're going to receive the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately, the Lord knew, you know what I'm saying, from the beginning, but, it's up for you to, Lord willing, you uh, have, you're subject unto good works. That's what I'm trying to say, to end up doing what's necessary. Because I grabbed this. This is John 6:64. And it says, but there are some of you that believe not, for Yahweh Shah knew from the beginning who there were that believed not and who should betray him. Like he already knew off rip. You know what I'm saying? What was going to befall you, but it's up, in a sense, up to you to work out your own salvation, to try to, make sure that you're on the straight and narrow path to obtain that kingdom. And I pass it with that.
Right, let me get in there. All right, this is the book of First Ezra, right? Chapter 4, right, in verse 26. Right, because we're going into trimming your ways, man. A lot of people, they trim their ways for a lot of things in this life. Right, let's see one of them. This is the book of First Ezra, chapter 4, and verse 26. Therefore, it reads, Yea, many there be that have run out of their wits for women and become servants for their sakes. Many also have perished and erred and sinned for women. And so there's a lot of people out here that's sinning for women, man. Right? They're trimming their ways for women. They know that they Israel, right? They know that they got to keep the commandments of the Lord. But what? Due to a woman, they end up doing something that's very foolish, man. And they end up betraying the Heavenly Father, man. Betraying the commandments. Here you go. You got this brother. He putting away this woman, right? He laid with her. He laid with her out of lust, and he pushed her away because she's not going according to the scriptures. Hey, that's wicked, man. Hey, a lot of our people have gone astray and not keeping the words of the Lord. Right? What it says what? Right? Our people, we have a spirit upon us, and we don't even know it. Right? The Lord said in what? The book of Sirach, chapter 36 and verse 25. Where no hedge is, there the possession is spoiled. And he that hath no wife will wander up and down mourning. Hey, a lot of these brothers out here, they're walking up and down in the world mourning, like they dang Aunt Marianne died, man. Right? They're walking up here like they're mourning, all because they don't have a real, all because they don't have a woman. Instead of doing what the Lord told us to do and search out the kingdom first, man. Right? A lot of our people, we betray each other, we kill each other, we murder each other, all because of a woman, right? And if you look and pay attention to a lot of the things that's going on, that how we are killing each other at a higher death rate, I'm pretty sure a high percentage of that is over women. Something that a woman said, hey, something that a woman was trying to do in between them, right? A woman's trying to mess with this man and this man, or this woman tried to set this dude up to hit a lick and things went bad. Hey, all of this stuff is in the scriptures, man. Right? Our people have erred, you know what I'm saying? Trimming their ways and doing wickedly. That's why the Lord said, what? This is going to be my last one. In the book of Proverbs 31 and 3, give not thy strength unto a woman, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings. And there's a lot of things that destroy kings in this world. That's not just women, you know what I'm saying? We also got money, status, glory, and a multitude of other things, man. Right? So stop trimming your ways and let's do what's right in the eyes of the Lord and hold fast our integrity.
Right? Yeah, brothers and sisters got to stop trimming their ways. We got a lot of people in this truth that trim their ways, man. Chiefly for family members and friends. That's going the hell off, man. Hey, the other day, a while back, we was at camp, and a brother walked by us, and he said, Shalom. And the brother literally was walking by with a damn homosexual, man. And I said it to one of the brothers, we're like, well, maybe that's his family. It doesn't matter. You think the Lord is like, well, yeah, well, he's an Israelite, it's okay. Brother. No. You can't be in this truth and be damn walking with a damn homosexual. It don't matter if it's your brother. Don't matter if it's your cousin. It don't matter if it's damn Juju from down the street since you was a kid. It don't matter if it was damn. It don't matter, man. Trimming his ways, right? Be the same brother, kind of saying that's just a sin. Well, how is it a sin for every other brother? But when it's your people that you trim your ways. You kind of walking with them because it's family. Where does it say that in the scriptures? Where in the scriptures does it say because it's family, it's okay for them to be in wickedness and you don't say nothing about it and you fellowship with them? Where does it say that? Somebody pull that precept. I'll wait. The Lord not dealing with that. And we got a lot of people in Israel with that type of spirit, right? Hey, know that Jake shouldn't be smoking weed, and damn Eve, she in the truth, and damn cousin living with her smoking weed, man. It's going off. The Lord is going to judge you for that, man. Because you're trimming your ways for a family member. You know what's righteous. You know what's in your spirit. You know what needs to be done. You got to remove that spirit out of your household, man. Because you love the Lord. Right? And I just had to say that, man. Because it's madness going on in Israel, man. It's madness. All these people that say they're in the truth, that say they serve the Lord, continuously trimming their damn ways, man. Right? Let me get this. It's the book of Luke, chapter 2. Let's go to Yahushua, chapter 2, right, in verse 41. Now his parents went to Jerusalem every year at the feast of Passover. And when he was 12 years old, they went up to Jerusalem after the custom of the feast. And when they had fulfilled the days, as they returned, the child Yahushua tarried behind in Jerusalem. And Joseph and his mother knew not of it. But they supposing him to have been in the company went a day's journey, and they sought him among their kinsfolk and acquaintances. And when they found him not, they turned back to Jerusalem seeking him. And he came to pass. And after 3 days, they found him in the temple, sitting in the midst of doctors, both hearing them and asking them questions. And in all that heard him were astonished at his understanding and answers. And when they saw him, they were amazed. And his mother said unto him, Son, why hast thou Why hast thou thus dealt with us? Behold, thy father and I have sought thee sorrowing. And he said unto them, How is it that ye sought me? Wist ye not that I must be about my father's business? And that's a child, man. Right? That's a child. How much more so you grown adults should be about your father's business? He didn't trim his ways. He did what his father commanded him to do. His father commanded him to stay put and to confound people, give them understanding, ask the right questions. And that's what he did. And when his mother came to see about it, he set her straight. I'm about my father's business. And that's the spirit you got to have on you when you dealing with your family, your friends, your wife, your husband, and so on and so forth, man. Be about your father's business first, man. Be about his business first and stand firm on that thing. This is a 12-year-old child standing firm on that thing, man. How much more so you, right? Let's get another precept. So the book of Luke. Well, I'm in the book of Luke. Let's go to Luke 9. Salaki. Let's go to the book of Luke chapter 9, right? And verse number 22. And it says, saying, the Son of Man must suffer many things and be rejected of the elders, the chief priests and scribes, and be slain and be raised the third day. Why was Yahushua rejected? Right? Yeah, because it was prophesied and it had to happen, so on and so forth. Right? Yeah, because they had hardened hearts and so on and so forth. But also because they did not want to believe in his doctrine. Right? The same as why you'll be rejected by your family, by your friends, because they don't want to believe in the doctrine that you hold fast to. But did that bother Yahushua? La-ah, right? Reading on. And he said unto them, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross daily and follow me. So if you got to deny yourself in this thing, how much more so your wicked son or your wicked uncle or your wicked cousin or your wicked wife or your wicked damn brother or your wicked friend? If you got to deny your own self in this thing, think about that. You got to deny your own flesh and your own self. How much more so your damn homeboy or your homegirl or your girlfriend or whatever you want to call it, man. Think about that. If you have to deny your own self to get the kingdom, how much more so the next person? You can't trim your ways in this thing, man. If you trimming your ways for your friends, that means you're trimming your ways for your own flesh as well. That means you're trimming your ways for your own flesh as well. That means as soon as something comes up that is what you would call uncomfortable for you to do, and you're going to kind of give in to that comfortability, man. Right? And it says what? For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, but whosoever shall lose his life shall, for my sake, shall save it. For what is a man advantaged if he gain the whole world and lose himself or be cast away? So while you damn looking for your friends, right? While you damn looking for your friends, while you damn trimming your ways for a job, right? Kind of shaving your beard off your face because you want that good job, right? What good is that if you lose your own self, man? Right? Reading on. For whosoever shall be ashamed of me, of my words, of him shall the Son of Man be ashamed when he shall come in his own glory. So if you're ashamed of the words, that was the point I was bringing out in Matthew. It's not talking about him himself, his words, what he teaches, what he professes, what he brings, man. If you're ashamed of that, it's a wrap for you, man. When he comes in his glory, right? Jumping down to verse number 58. And Yahushua said unto him, the foxes have holes, the birds of the air have nests, but the Son of Man have not where to lay his head. He didn't have nowhere to rest at, man. He had nowhere to rest at. And you worried about, damn, my wife may put me on the couch. Kind of might put me on the couch if I tell her, we can't do this. Yahushua didn't have nowhere to rest at. Reading on. And he said unto another, follow me. But he said, Lord, suffer me first to go and bury my father. And he said unto him, let the dead bury the dead, but go thou and preach the kingdom of Yahweh. That's plain. Now, it's not talking about a physical dead man burying another physical dead man. What he's saying is those people without understanding, those people that don't know what's going on, hey, let them tend to each other. But you go do my work. So while you holding on to these people without understanding, Yahushua has commanded us to let them go and follow him and preach the word of the Most High while you trimming your ways. This is a commandment of Yahushua. Deuteronomy 18:18 on down says what? If you don't hear the words of Yahushua and adhere to him, that he's going to require it to you, man. The Lord is going to require that from you. So if you still holding on to a friend or to a family member or to whoever it may be, right? The Lord is making it plain. Hey, let them bury each other. Let them dwell with each other. Let them go. And a lot of our people have a problem with letting go of people in the world, man. Whether they're family or friends, you got to let them go. Otherwise, you ain't gonna make it. It doesn't matter if you keep all the feast days. It don't matter if you got a head wrap on and fringes on. It don't matter if you keep the Sabbath day. It don't matter if you still holding on to people, trimming your ways. The Lord is going to judge you for that, man, because you don't wholeheartedly believe in him. Search out your spirit, man. You don't wholeheartedly believe in him. Something is allowing you to hold on to some wickedness. Hey, I'm going to get that precept later. I'm going to pass it to the next brother, man. Right, let me read this first. And another also said, Lord, I will follow thee, but let me first go bid them farewell, which are at my home and my house. And Yahushua said unto him, no man having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of Yahweh. You still holding on to something behind you. You still holding on to what was in the world that you're supposed to have came out of. And if you're doing that, you're not fit for the kingdom of Yahweh. It don't matter if it's family or not. It don't matter if it's friends from you was knee high from the tree high. It don't matter. If you looking back, you holding on to the past. Once you came into this truth, you're not fit for the kingdom. So you better search your spirit out and get rid of these people and stop trimming your damn ways, man. Hey, I don't give a damn who it is, man. I don't give a damn if it's my mom. I don't give a damn if it's my kids. I'm not trimming my ways. And if they feel I got to trim my ways, hey, they can kind of kick rocks, man. Beat it. And with that, I pass to the next brother.
Con, right? And ultimately what you're going into, right, is Matthew, the 5th chapter, verse 14 on down, right? It says, Yahushua said, ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on an hill cannot be hid. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick it giveth light unto all that are in the house. So we have to understand that we're the light of the world, right? We can't damn, when you trim your ways, man, you setting that candlestick under a bushel, right? And Yahushua said, man, hey, you can't damn put a candlestick under a bushel, right? That's not what the light is for, right? So if you're walking uprightly in the light, right? So like, let me get this precept in the book of Proverbs, chapter 4 and verse 18. It says, but the path of the just is as the shining light that shineth more and more unto the perfect day, man. So if you're actually walking on a righteous and just path, right, you have to allow it to shine as a light, right? Because Yahweh said, let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. And ultimately, man, if you're setting your light under a bushel, meaning you're trimming your ways for wicked people in this world, right? Hey, you're not glorifying the Father, right? All of those works that you think you're doing, you're not glorifying the Father, right? Because you're setting your light under a thing, right? You're allowing those people to continue in their wickedness and folliness, and you're not setting a measure and standard, which is the spirit of Yahweh Shah, right? If somebody's not walking in the spirit of Yahweh Shai, right, you gotta kind of let them go, man. Right? I'm tired of the standard being simply stopping at the law, man. No, you have to stop. The standard is set at the spirit of Yahweh Shai, right? Where they kind of say, well, go on the law and show me where it is that you're not supposed to smoke weed. Hey, man, we're not dealing with that, right? We're dealing with the spirit of Yahweh Shai. We're not dealing with the letter of the law, man, right? And ultimately, we know that what the spirit of Yahweh Shai compasseth the letter of the law, which is the reason that we're held to the standard of the spirit of Yahweh Shai. Meaning what? You have to keep the things in the law, and there's more to it. It's more than just that, man. It's the spirit of Yahweh Shai that you're in, right? If you stop at the letter of the law, you haven't even obtained that extra mile, which is the spirit of Yahweh Shai, which we ought to be walking in right now, right? So you got to kind of let those people go, right? It's kind of like, well, I don't see God saying it's a sin to smoke weed. Well, I don't see it's a sin that God said this, that, and the third, man. If you're not walking in the spirit, then you got to let those people go. This is why the book of 2 Corinthians, right, chapter 6 and verse 14 says, Slakia. Verse 14 says, be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers, right? It says what? For what fellowship have righteousness with righteousness, man? And that's going into Sirach, the 27th chapter, man, right? I'm going to grab that real fast. Salakia. It says, for what fellowship have righteousness with unrighteousness, and what communion hath light with darkness? So if you're communing with darkness, right, those that are still in the world, those that are still transgressing the Sabbath, those that are still smoking weed, those that are eating pork, those that's not wearing their fringes, those that don't want to truly serve Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, you cannot be light, right? You have to be in darkness yourself, as the brother was bringing out, right? Because, hey, light has no communion with darkness. So if you have communion, guess what? Hey, you're in darkness too, and it's a spirit on you that you need to check, right? That's the whole reason brothers is bringing this out. Because if you're trimming your ways for the world, hey, you still in the world, right? This is the book of Sirach, chapter 27, and verse. I'm gonna get a few precepts in this chapter, right? It says, verse 4, as when one sifteth with a sieve, the refuse remaineth, so the filth of man in his talk. Man, you gotta refuse to even speak damn folly with those of the world, man. Right? You have to sift that thing out, just as a sift sieves, right? You have to sift out the discernment that, oh, you're not in the spirit, man. I'm not conversing with you, right? Jumping down, it says, verse 9, the birds will resort unto their light, man. Meaning what? Hey, if you're righteous, you're going to resort to those that are righteous. And if you're wicked, you're going to fellowship and communion and talk with those that are wicked, right? It says what? So will truth return unto them that practice and hurt. Jumping down, it says, if thou be among the indiscreet, observe the time, meaning understand what's going on and what, but be continually among men of understanding, right? You have to continually be among men of understanding, not people in the world. Because if you're around people in the world, guess what? Hey, it says that's hey, damn, that's crazy. Verse 9 is really, that's that saying that they say in the world. birds together. Damn, what's the saying?
Birds of a feather flock together.
Birds of a feather flock together. Right? That's what it's saying. It says the birds will resort unto their like. So hey, if you're having discourse and communion with darkness and folly conversations with folly people and men that are not keeping the commandments, hey, you're of that feather, man, that flocks with that bird, right? But it says, if thou be among the indiscreet, observe the time, right? Be in the spirit. You have to be in the spirit and observe the time and be circumspect. And what? It says, but be continually among men of understanding, meaning, hey, understand that, hey, hey, this ain't the group that I need to be in, right? I'm in the spirit right now, right? All of these people have not the spirit. I need to go congregate amongst men of understanding, not men of wickedness and understanding of this world, man. And with that, I yield.
God, I'ma just let me back off what you was going into. So this I'm gonna start off with Sirach 7:16. And it says, number not thyself among the multitude of sinners, but remember that wrath would not tarry long. You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately, when it comes down to friends or family or anybody, you know what I'm saying? Like it says in what Sirach 6 and 7, that basically you're supposed to prove a person. You know what I'm saying? You approve a person by their works, you know, by their spirit or whatever, and if it lines up accordingly with what the word says. Verse 17, humble thy soul greatly, for the vengeance of the ungodly is fire and worms. And if you're numbering yourself among those people, like he was saying, you know, birds of a feather flock together, you know what I'm saying? With that saying, that shit might rub off on you. Salaki for the language, that might rub off on you. So then you will probably be one subject to be one of those ungodly that's subject to that the fire and worms. You know what I'm saying? And it says, change not a friend for any good by no means, neither a faithful brother for the gold of Ophir. So we're supposed to hold close ones that's really, you know what I'm saying, walking this walk, and then of course cast away the ones that are not walking that walk. I'll grab another one on that real quick, classic one. So Psalm 119:63. It says, I am a companion of all them that fear thee, and of them that keep thy precepts. That's who you're supposed to be, you know, yoked with, birds of a feather and all that, because that righteousness end up rubbing off on you. You know what I'm saying? Those good works ultimately end up rubbing off on you and keep you on the straight and narrow. When one of us fall off, the other one to lift the other one up, you know, like it's saying Ecclesiastes. Uh, another one. This also in Sirach. It say Sirach 2:12 say, woe be to fearful hearts and faint hands, and the sinner that goeth two ways. So we kind of went into that earlier, you know what I'm saying? People teeter-tottering or whatever, going both ways. And the faint hands, that's, you know, faint to do those righteous works or whatnot. Woe to them. And we know woe, death and destruction. Said, woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not, therefore shall he not be defended. And ultimately, when we not doing what we know what is required of us, you know what I'm saying, we're being a faint-hearted individual, not really, you know, showing our true belief or whatnot. Because, I mean, look what it says in verse 10 real quick. I mean, you know, this is a whole classic chapter, you know what I'm saying? Look at the generations of old and see, did any ever trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? Like, I mean, that's pretty plain, you know what I'm saying? We doing what we supposed to be doing. We have nothing to worry about. But when we let these what you'll call it, false brethren, you know what I'm saying, creep in or whatnot, you know, we're not reproving people, whether it just be a friend, whoever the hell it is, you know what I'm saying? And they, you know, end up pretty much, uh, what am I trying to say? Basically, you know what I'm saying? They end up rubbing off on us. You know what I'm saying? That shit, it could be fatal or detrimental. I got one more to go with what I was talking about earlier. You know what I'm saying? We bring this out all the time as well. It's Matthew 12, and I'm gonna start at 46. It says, while he yet talked to the people, behold, his mother and his brethren stood without, desiring to speak with him. So Yahweh Shai up in there in the temple, whatnot, bringing it out. You know what I'm saying? His actual mother and his brethren is outside of the temple asking about him. Then one said unto him, behold, thy mother and thy brethren stand without, like they outside, desiring to speak with thee. But he answered and said unto him that told him, who is my mother and who are my brethren? And he stretched forth his hand towards his disciples, Salakia, and said, behold, my mother and my brethren. For whosoever shall do the will of my Father, which is in heaven, the same is my brother and my sister and my mother. So I mean, he asked them a straight rhetorical question. How wouldn't you know who you was born by or who you came up with? You know what I'm saying? But he's saying basically those that do the will of his father will ultimately, be his mother, brethren, and all his companions. And pursuing the wills that like Psalms 40 and 8, we know what the will of the Father is. So with that, I pass.
Right? Let me get in there real quick, right? Because like the brother's bringing out, many of us we trim our ways, man. We ought to trim it for family, right? We trim it for friends, right? We trim it for women or our significant others, right? Let's find out what else we trim our ways for, right? This is the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 6, verse 10, and it reads, right? No, I'm gonna start at verse 9, and it reads, "But they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolishness and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition." Hey, so we do that for money as well, man. Hey, being rich, right? Having thousands and millions of dollars, man. Hey, a lot of people they will do wickedly for that type of achievement, man. Hey, the celebrities, they sell their soul, they sell their body, and do a whole bunch of manner of wickedness just so they can be celebrities, man. They know that they Israel, right? But they choose what? Satan. They literally choose to worship the spiritual demon Satan, man. And get dive into those witchcrafts and those arts, man. Right? Let's continue reading. Verse 10. For the love of money is the root of all evil, which, while some covet after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. Hey, many people, they're piercing themselves through because they want those money and that glory and those riches, man. Hey, it says that money is the root of all evil, man. Right? Some people, they'll literally sell whatever they have for money. Hey, in some places of the world, they literally give up their children for money. Their firstborn, their secondborn. Hey, it don't matter. They'll give them up for money, man. You don't want to be that Israelite, man. You know that you Israel, but you trimming your ways just so you can make some extra dollars on the Shabbat. That's wicked as all hell, man. Hey, you kind of gotta work. You know what I'm saying? There's ways you don't have to work, but you want to do it because you like that money, right? Your job offer you damn $10,000, man. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. It's real quick. It's real. No, it's not. It's not okay with the Lord, man. The Lord is looking upon that. Hey, you don't need those things. The Lord knows what you have need of, man. The Lord's gonna take care of you. The Lord's not gonna kick you out your house because you denied to work on His Shabbat, man. Hey, the Lord's gonna, you know what I'm saying, help you with that, man. Doesn't the scriptures teach that it is an easy thing with the Lord to make a poor man rich? So what are you worrying about? Right? Let's continue on. It says, but thou, O man of Yahweh, flee these things and follow after righteousness, godliness, faith, love, patience, meekness. Fight the good fight of faith. Lay hold of eternal life, whereunto thou art also called, and has professed a good profession before many witnesses. Hey, the Lord said, fight the good faith, man. Hey, be willing to endure this thing, man. Hey, do be righteous, man. Right? Stop trimming your ways and doing wickedly just for a small amount of gain, man. Because it says what in the book of Job? Let me get that. Right? Let me drop this precept to get this other precept. This is the book of Job, right? Chapter 15 and verse 31. Let not him that is deceived trust in vanity, for vanity shall be his recompense. It shall be accomplished before this time, and his branch shall not be green. Hey, if you're gonna trust in the vanity, that's what the Lord's gonna give you, man. Here you are, you're in Jacob's trouble. You need something to eat. You're praying for the Lord for something to eat. Next thing you know, a damn, 20, a 20 pack of $20 bills fell in your lap, man. Lord said, eat that. You ain't gonna get satisfied off of that. Hey, that's what you wanted though. You wanted your vanity. You wanted your gods, man. Hey, here you are. You know what I'm saying? You got a Fortune $1 million company, right? And you got gold bricks. Imagine trying to eat gold bricks. You won't be able to do that, man. Hey, the Lord said, whatever you want, that's what He gonna give you, man. And it'll be wise for you to get the Lord before it's too late, man. Right before that day of the Lord come upon us, because it's sneaking up. Right, it's letting you know it's coming, but it's also sneaking up. Right, let me get this last one. Right, this is the book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 3 and verse 14. Right, because the brothers brought out that some people, you know what I'm saying, they'll be trying to get you out of the spirit, get you to do wickedly for them, man. Let's see what the Lord say. 2 Thessalonians 3 and 14. And if any man obey not our word by this epistle, know that man and have no company with him, that he may be ashamed. And you're not supposed to be having company with some people, man. Right? You can't be having company with some people. You have to separate your people, separate from some people at sometimes, man. Right? And with that, I yield, man, and pass it on to the next brother.
Brother. This is Sirach 30, mighty precepts. This is Sirach 33 and 19, right? And it says, give not thy son and wife, thy brother, friend, power over thee while thou livest, and give not thy goods to another, lest they repent thee, and thou entreat for the same again, right? Hey, give not thy son, thy mother, thy brother, and thy friend power over thee. How do you do that? By trimming our ways to make them happy. By trimming our ways, instead of serving the Lord, really serving them, right? You worried about making them happy more than you worried about making the Lord happy, man, right? And let's get an account of something like that, right? This is the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 2, right? In verse number 27. And there came a man of Yahweh unto Eli and said unto him, thus saith Yahweh, did I plainly appear unto thee in the house of thy father when they were in Egypt in Pharaoh's house, right? And I'm gonna jump down, right? Verse 29. Wherefore kick ye at my sacrifice and at mine offering, which I have commanded in my habitation, and thou honorest thy sons above me to make yourselves fat with the chiefest of all the offerings of Israel, my people. Right? So Samuel's sons were wicked, and he knew they were wicked, and he did nothing about it. Still allowed them to stay in the priest's office.
Eli.
Dealing with them on that level, right? So literally, he did nothing about it. Fuck, man. Damn, Satan trying to take away the word, man. Right? Satan trying to take away the word. Right? So literally, he did nothing about it. Right? And a lot of our people, we had that problem with our children, right? And with our friends and with our family. We know they going off. We know they wicked, and we're not doing nothing about it. We're kind of letting them do what they do and think the Lord is okay with that. Right? Says what? Wherefore, the most high power of Israel saith, I said indeed that thy house and thy house of thy father shall walk before me forever. But now Yahweh said, be it far from me, for them that honor me I will honor, and them that despise me shall be lightly esteemed. So he charging Eli with despising them. For what? Because he's choosing his sons over the righteousness of the Most High. So how much more so you with your damn kids? Or how much more so you with your homeboy? Or how much more so you with your homegirl or your brother, right? Or your wife? You're despising the Lord when you entreat them over the Most High. Right? Verse 31, behold, the days come when I will cut off thine arm and the arm of thy father's house, that there shall not be an old man in thine house. And thou shalt see an enemy in my habitation, and in all the wealth Yahweh shall give Israel, and there shall not be an old man in thine house forever. And the man of thine whom I shall not cut off from my altar shall be to consume thine eyes and grieve thine heart, and all thy increase of thine house shall die in the flower of thine age. And it shall be as a sign unto thee shall come upon thy two sons, Hophni and Phinehas, in one day they shall die, both of them. So not only did he judge their whole house, but he also killed his two sons who Eli was trimming his ways for, man. So while you're trimming your ways, trying to make your children happy, hey, the Lord might just put them to death before your eyes, man. While you're trimming your ways, right, to make your wife happy, the Lord may just put her to death before your very eyes, man. While you're trimming your ways to make your friend happy, the Lord may just put them to death before your very eyes, man. As judgment for that. As judgment. Because you're being evil, man. By saying you believe in the Lord, by saying you want to keep the commandments of the Lord, but yet you trim your ways around certain people. But yet you accept certain things from certain people you wouldn't accept from anybody else as an Israelite. That's hypocrisy. And the Lord said a hypocrite shall not stand in his face, man. Brothers and sisters got to search their spirits out and make sure that they're moving in a way that the Lord is pleased with. Brothers and sisters got to search their spirits out and make sure that they're actually serving the Lord wholeheartedly, man. And if you're trimming your ways, you're not, right? Chapter 3, right? It says what? Chapter 3 and verse. Right, I'm going to go to verse 12. This is the Lord speaking to Samuel. In that day I will perform against Eli all the things which I have spoken concerning his house. When I will begin, I will also make an end. For I have told him that I will judge his house forever for the iniquity which he knoweth, because his sons made themselves vile, and he restrained them not. It's plain. He trimmed his ways for his children. And a lot of us are doing the same thing for our friends. A lot of us are doing the same thing for our family members. A lot of us are doing the same thing for our wives. A lot of us are doing the same thing. A lot of women are doing the same thing for their husbands. And the Lord is going to judge you no differently, man. Eli was a priest, man. And he did a lot of mighty works. You ain't done the works of Eli and look at the judgment Eli got. Right? It says what? Verse 16. Then Eli called Samuel and said, Samuel, my son. And he answered, here I am. And he said, what is the thing that Yahweh has said unto thee? I pray thee, hide it not from me. Yahweh would do so to thee and more. Also, if thou hide anything from me of all things that he said unto thee. Now he's telling him as a man of God to Samuel, if you trim your ways by not telling me the prophecy that the Lord said to tell me, the Lord will do more so unto you. That's plain. Our people, we got to search these things out, man. We got to make sure that we moving in the spirit of the Lord and not trimming our ways. And with that, I yield.
Con, right? I'm going to go to the book of Jeremiah, chapter 3, and verse 8. It says what? And I saw when for all the causes whereby backsliding Israel committed adultery, I have put her away. Hey, so the Lord said what? The northern kingdom had committed adultery and the Lord put her away, right? Reading on, it says, I have put her away and given her a bill of divorce. Yet her treacherous sister Judah, right, which would be the southern kingdom, feared not, but went and played the harlot also, right? So, hey, this precept right here is telling you that what? Hey, they both played the harlot, right? And it's key to understand that when you're dealing with a harlot, that means what? They're going against their husband, right? And who is our husband? Like, who are we chief under? Who is our head? Yahweh Shai, which is Yahweh, right? In the heavens, right? And it says what? I'm gonna go to 1 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 15, right? It says, know ye not that your bodies are the members of a Mashiach? Shall I then take the members of a Mashiach and make them the members of an harlot? God forbid, right? Hey, our bodies are the members of Yahweh Shai, man. So that means we can't be like backsliding Israel, like treacherous Judah, man, and play the harlot, man. Right? It says what? What know ye not that he which is joined to an harlot is one body? So if you're dealing with people who are backsliding against the Lord, if you're dealing with people who are committing adultery against the Lord, hey, it said what? Know ye not that he which is joined to an harlot is one body? For two saith he shall be one flesh. It says, but what? But he that is joined unto the Lord is one spirit, right? So we have to make sure that we're not joined unto these people, right? And then we're joined unto the Lord in one spirit, right? And it's going to tell you why. Jumping down, it says, verse 20, for you are bought with a price, therefore glorify Yahweh in your body and in your spirit, which are Yahweh's, right? It told you that you were bought with a price and that you have to glorify Yahweh. Because when you set your light under a bushel, the Heavenly Father's not being glorified, right? So I'm going to jump to 1 Corinthians 7, right? In verse 23, ye are bought with a price, be not ye the servants of men. And that's exactly what you're doing whenever you allow people to continue in their wickedness and folliness, man. You're being servants of men, right? You're not serving Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, because the servant of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai would not allow them to continue to commit wickedness in front of their face or continue to do the things that they're doing, right, with no efforts of obtaining righteousness, man. Right, because we know that the righteous fall 7 times, but roughly paraphrasing, right? Hey, they're gonna get back up, man. But the wicked will fall into damnation, man. Meaning what? Hey, we're not telling you to damn put off the damn brother, that fell a few times and to just give up on the brother, man. We telling you those people that are still in the damn world that are not trying to put any effort to serve you, how about Shem Yahweh Shai, you got to leave those people alone, man. If it's a sincere brother or a sincere sister or a sincere family member that you know is trying to fall into the truth, but they got a damn spirit and a demon on them, by all means, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, you continue to edify them and to help them and to build their spirit up. But if it's a damn nigga in the world, right? Your damn partner, he's still on the corner gang banging. He's still on the block selling drugs. And you telling them, hey, you're an Israelite, you got to repent, keep the commandments. And he kind of laughed like, yeah, man. But anyways, you know what I'm saying? I was off 63rd doing so-and-so, man. You got to let that man go, right? You got to unjoin yourself with those who are going to be put to death in these last days, man. Right? And if the Lord has put the spirit upon you, you should have the spirit of discernment to know someone who's sincere and that's actually trying to come into this truth, or that's actually trying to keep the commandments, or that actually has a zeal for the Lord in spirit, than those who are damn just niggas in the world, man. Right? Because what? Hey, when you continue to allow them to be niggas in the world, you're being servants of men, right? Verse 24 says, brethren, let every man wherein he is called therein abide with Yahweh, man, right? And when you're abiding with Yahweh, what does that mean? How do you abide with Yahweh, right? The scripture saying when 2 or 3 are joined in my name, roughly paraphrasing, I'm in the midst, man, right? So you got to be with godly men that are joined, that will be joined with you together, right? For the Heavenly Father's sake, man. Not for damn wickedness and folliness of damn Babylon, right? With that, I yield.
Good points, brother. I'm gonna jump into what Potter was bringing out, because I mean, Ultimately, it is people, but it's a lot of people that go off and trim their ways for gain. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go to Proverbs 11 and verse 3. It says, "The integrity of the upright shall guide them, but the perverseness of transgressors shall destroy them." So, this is basically the measuring stick. It got nothing to do with your money. Verse 4, "Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death. The righteousness of the perfect shall direct his way, but the wicked shall fall by his own wickedness. The righteousness of the upright shall deliver them, but transgressors shall be taken in their own naughtiness." So ultimately, your righteousness is going to deliver you. It's going to direct your way. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to deliver you and direct your way and put you on that straight and narrow path to the dang kingdom. And ultimately, your righteousness will be what Deuteronomy 6:25. You know what I'm saying? Keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. Let me go to the book of Matthew. Let me see, Matthew 19. Let me see where I want to start. I'll just get to the point. Verse 23. And it says, then said Yahweh Shah unto his disciples, "Verily I say unto you, that a rich man shall hardly enter into the kingdom of heaven. And again I say unto you, it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of Yahweh." So a camel couldn't even enter into my doorway, let alone an eye of a needle. You know what I'm saying? It'd be that tough for somebody that's covered in, gain and putting gain over, doing the ways of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? That they will not inherit the kingdom. And it was, hold on, it was something else on that. And it was something else I wanted up in there, but Salaki, I'll move on. I got one more though that go with it, and then it's also going into what Zahar was talking about as you can't sit up there and hide your light. You know what I'm saying? This is and it's also going into the riches. It's Sirach 20 and verse 30. It say, "Wisdom that is hid and treasure that is hoarded up, what profit is in them both?" So if you sitting up there, hiding your wisdom, not being a light unto the people, or hiding your light like Zahar was going into, or you sitting up here hoarding up a whole bunch of treasures on earth, you know what I'm saying, thinking that you're gonna either be able to buy your way into it, or that's what makes you that dude, or whatever the thing may be, like you're gonna that's gonna justify you, then you're sadly mistaken. It says, "What profit is in them both? Better is he that hideth his folly than the man that hideth his wisdom." So, you're not supposed to be up here, tucking your tail when you got the light of the word. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to shine it unto those that are in darkness. You know what I'm saying? So, with that, I'll just go ahead and pass.
I'm gonna give you two quick ones, right? And these are classics, right? This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 3 and verse 17. "Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Salah. Therefore, hear the words at my mouth, and give them warning from me. When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from the wicked way, to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood would I require at thine hand." Hey, so if you are allowing, wickedness to be around you, and you're not constantly getting on them, hey, the Lord can require that on your hand, man. Right? Hey, the Lord said we got to do this thing daily. Well, we honestly, we're supposed to be, out there prophesying daily. Some brothers do it weekly, some people do it monthly, but really and truly, the standard is daily, man. Hey, every time you see something wicked, you kind of got to, hey, bro, you're going off. That's wicked. Especially if they're Israelites, man. Right? Because what? You don't want that blood on your hands, man. Right? My last precept is going to be what? Isaiah. Right? This is a mighty little precept right here. You know what I'm saying? Isaiah chapter 59, right? In verse 12. And it reads, "For our transgressions are multiplied before thee, and our sins testify against us. For our transgressions are with us, and as for our iniquities, we know them." And so our own sins is testifying against us in that day, man. It's kind of bringing us into judgment, man. If your own sins is bringing you into judgment, what about you fellowshipping with the people that you are willingly and knowingly know that they're committing sin, man? Right? Hey, Lot, the angels kind of kicked Lot out of Sodom, man. You gotta be willing to get kicked out of these people's lives, man, so you don't be destroyed. All right, and with that, I'm gonna yield the pass to the next brother.
All right, Con. All praise to the Most High. Right. With that, that'd be the end to conclude our Sabbath service for this week. Lord willing, somebody was edified or will be edified in the coming days. Lord willing that our people, literally examine themselves on this, man. There's gonna be a lot of people that's not gonna make it into the kingdom via trimming their ways, man. A lot of people are not gonna make it because of that. A lot of people are gonna be damn, when all hell break loose, they're gonna be left out of there, man. Why? Because they deny Yahweh Shai. When you trimming your ways, that's what you're doing. You denying Yahweh Shai, right? So, Lord willing, somebody, takes heed to this, examine themselves, and cast that up out of them. We even got to examine ourselves and make sure that we're not trimming any of our ways for the people around us, because you can do it unknowingly. You know what I'm saying? So you got to literally examine yourself and make sure that you're not doing the same thing, right? I know myself. I'm gonna take a good hard look at. I'm gonna watch this Sabbath service video again, probably tomorrow myself, and I'm gonna hear the precepts. I'm gonna meditate, and I'm gonna make sure that I'm not doing the same thing, man. Literally. So with that, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Barakathum, Ashar Shabbat, Shalom.
Y'all about Shemel. Thumb.
Shalom.
Bye.